Hey, this is day 2, human day 2 or day 3 of my province, my fledgling province, which is called province of Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, township of Twin Peaks. So a population of nearly 15,000 people. 16,000 people almost. 15,000. So I put myself on their homes. Farms and banks are okay for now. Maybe could use some more towers though. Maybe 12 towers. But we need to start saturating. We need to start saturating this place full of wizards. I'm a wizard. Give me once again 5 and 5. This afternoon, I'm going to try and. I want to keep everything under 600 acres of land. So I don't want to get too land fat. I want to basically turn my miniaturized province into a death pit for whomever is stupid enough to walk into this land of death. All they seeing is arrows, like pew 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 pew. So 7 times 6 is 42. So we'll be having 4,200 defender points. So I'm roughly nearing 4,000 base points based on my projected that one there. So let's go to sciences and figure out how we can increase our population without growing. So we give ourselves that. Give ourselves this. Always get our productivity up. Maybe 500 because my building is too slow. So and 250 of 250. The building is too slow. Wage reduction you don't have to worry about quite yet because we got alchemy. We got alchemy and we have like lots of money to cover that. So we're gonna be going to a war wave very soon. So we need to start producing army yet, but not too large of an army. I don't want to like I said. I want to ensure that I am well protected before I go anywhere outside. There's wolves. This is medieval. This is the medieval times. There's wild animals everywhere. This is not urban time. This is not like urban modern times where there's large cities and wolves and animals are like, we don't like humans. Humans suck. Actually, I live in a suburbia, and this suburbia is connected to a provincial park. Can't say which, can't say where in Calgary. But it's connected. This could be the Kainai territory. It could be the neighborhood. Fish Creek Provincial Park. It could be Nose Hill, the city park. There are city parks and there are provincial parks. Calgary is lucky enough to have an ecosystem that's lucky to have some ranch lands that were converted into parks once the owners have long died off and the owners have they've gone to other things in life. So the ranches have been sold off and then they've been converted back into provincial parks. I could be living there. But anyways, either way, it's very common for as of California, like Topanga and those other places, like nature parks. You live in the hills. All these animals start to wander in from suburbs, from the forests into the city. It's sort of like that. Or you live in India or someplace where there's a huge jungle, like say Hong Kong, a jungle within a city. So outer laying areas still have lots of animals, lots of wild animals keep on coming in, especially in search of food. So I haven't yet to see any animals. I have only saw a deer once. A deer managed to wander off into the street. I was getting food actually. Shopping for food. Because my mom was doing her vacation. This is before COVID, and so the driver had to stop instantaneously. So, and if you live up in North Calgary, there's lots more animals up there too. So. Then I'm going to go. Hey, boss. So I had some people steal my no attacking my province. Some people have stolen my province logs, province news. The people have just basically stolen our stuff. No one's attacked us yet, so they're trying to some slower stuff. So that's okay. I mean, the stealing money is okay. And I also got so therefore I lost a little bit, just a few honor points. There's maybe one honor point because I was at 440. Yeah, 440. So I lost one honor point in those. But so far so good. My province seems to be intact. Once we get to 53, once we get to a 53 level of defender points, then everything should be okay. Then I'm on the upward side of 100,000 defender points, and then I want to get to 1,500 defend points, making sure nothing can get through. It's intensifying forward batteries. I do not want anything to get through, and I want to have at least 10,000 peasants available. So, availability of 10,000 peasants. So far so good. Our province is growing steadily. Let us go into here. Fertile land. The town watch. Let's get our shields up. I don't want anything to get through. And the thing about town watch is, if you're attacked, you lose people from your population. But you lose people from your population anyways because of land. You lost it to a land grab. So let's go to rituals. Anyone casting rituals yet? No. Okay. So we don't have to worry about that for the time being. Inspire army. I want to have a cheaper army. So we need to have money to start training more army. And maybe, okay. So, we will now kind of cap our land so we can continue to build our guilds up. John Wick. I don't mind watching ads because sometimes I might see a product or a movie or a game that I actually like to play, and now that I got a new computer, I might as well use the computer with most potent abilities, as well as playing a classic game. Banks, towers, libraries, and universities. Okay, so this we'll cap these two at 10 and 10 because I'm still getting good. Good stuff here. So economy. Studying. I was studying for my econ exam, econ final, and you guys handed me this turtle. Basically, if you want to study, just read the book. Take all the time in the book and write down in the chapter. Just do some chapter notes. That's basically it. Just do some chapter notes. Take some notes. Take some learnings from your homework, and that should be it for now. It's a good. The school's can only teach you the starter. You have to become a geek. You have to be like an autistic geek in a subject that you enjoy, and become the expert. That's the master's level. But just pretend studying is an RPG, and you're basically studying the very basic reader, and then you're given some subjective notes to kind of wanting to expand yourself. And throughout your career, your 40-year-old career, you kind of contribute to the arts of whatever your career subject is, and of course the art of living. You can't experience it all, but you can experience most or some, and you can always grow too. You can always experience new shit, and that's the whole thing about seizing the day is. Just keep growing. Just keep on experiencing things, and the good thing is this goes to big giant mainframe in the sky. We just call it source. All of us are just little programs. All of us are little just drone bots in the universe. Any life form. I like to reincarnate into an animal. Become a cute animal. And, understand what it's like to make humans happy. So let's see what we're talking about here. Let's see. What do you mean GC left? Wiki waka wooka woo, wooka wooka wee, wiki waka woo. Gold Kitty. Who's Gold Kitty? Who is Gold? Are you guys talking about Nico? Nico Mini? Mine Nico? Or mine, pronounced in English, it's pronounced mine, M-I-N-E, but in English, but it's actually Mine. Mine Neko, where it's a little money cat, a lucky cat giving you good luck. Oh, hey, meow, 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 I give you good luck. Meow, meow. Okay, so we're going to continue to build up our thieves, so we could be like the assassins on John Wick. Of course, John Wick. Those assassins in reality would have fucked John Wick up, because they are very well skilled. All the enemies in the movie is very, very talented. What we should do is make a hero that gets really fucked up, really blammed up, is covered in sweat, covered in grime, covered in blood, like Die Hard, or like who the fuck wants a hero who's like bulletproof, right? You know who's gonna win, or even if he is superpowered, dispatch the enemy in such horrifically awesome ways, like John Wick, like make it really gory, like the Doom guy, I think I'm gonna get the new Doom game. Now that I got the machine going for me. It might cost me something, but it might cost me something extra, but that's okay. I gotta see what happens with me is I get a game, 1 or 2 games. I don't get them all. My brain can't handle all that awesomeness, so I have to keep on looking for games I really like. But there's so many games out there. If I find a game that intrigues me, then I will play the holy living shit out of it over and over again because I'm broke, mainly. So I still have to play the holy living shit out of Wasteland. I think there's Wasteland 2 coming out. Wasteland 1, no, Wasteland 2. Wasteland 2. I can play that now. I definitely want. I think I'm going to give up the Fallout 3 was good. Fallout New Vegas was good, but Fallout 4 was a little bit yucky. So it's inevitable. Every dynasty will fall. Every dynasty will have every dynasty epoch in human civilization, online or digital or in meat space, or in cyber or meat space. Will eventually cyberspace meet space. So we eventually find a decay. These Tampa Bay people, they better enjoy that. They better enjoy it. The Rays, their Rays, their Buccaneers, and their the Lightnings. They better enjoy the rush, because I lived in Edmonton during the dynasty of the Oilers, and it was fun. They had a dynasty of football too, and dynasty of money too. Like, fucking money was just coming in everywhere, every which way. We blew it on they blew it on a mega mall. That needs every time the West Edmonton Mall has economic problems, the government bails it out. So us Canadians were doing it, doing this whole too big to collapse kind of game before the Americans were, and the modernized ones. I'm sure they did this in the past as well. So kind of like kind of anti-intuitive of this whole welfare state, isn't it? Huh? And this whole Ayn Rand welfare state thing that if you don't work, you don't eat. Atlas Shrugged and work on your survival on your own merits. Well, with more apocalypse coming up, now that we are in the early stages or mid stages of mall apocalypse, many malls will get the axe. Some malls will stay, because they're centrally located. And they still serve an important purpose. But the golden eras of the malls, i.e., those really yucky, grody malls that are in the suburbs, that are like little outposts, if you will. They're giving way to the strip malls, the strip malls, and or they're giving way to online distribution. So, yeah, the age of malls is over. So we don't know if the age of America's great casinos, like that one in Atlantic City, or Trump hotels, or anything like that, is Trump mania will last, will survive. but it'll be a shadow of itself, just like the shadow of itself of Mormonism, or even speaking of Tampa Bay, Scientology. Man, they had awesome buildings. I was almost hooked into that. I was talking back in the early '90s, back before the golden era of before the eve of the golden era of Scientology. I was checking out their books and stuff, checking out their commercials, and the Mormons at the time, also at the same time, and the Jehovah's Witnesses were really pushing for it, pushing for the new millennium. It's the new millennium. Let's give it all our God. So Salt Lake City was transformed overnight with new buildings, new conference buildings, a new mall, mind you. High-rise, luxury high-rises for the elite of Salt Lake City, aka the Mormon elite. Renovation of the new choir, Mormon choir. I have no problems with Mormons. They can believe whatever they want to believe. I used to be a Mormon, actually. I guess I didn't go the Jehovah's way or the Scientology way. I went the Mormon way for a few years, and then I dropped out. So yeah, but back then, Tampa Bay. So like I said, Edmonton. So yeah, Edmonton's. You should have seen West Edmonton Mall in its glory. Now everything's all been gentrified for the next millennium, renovated and stuff. But it did look good. I mean, they did have the brass, chrome, and everything. The marble. '90s. The big thing of the '90s was marble. Now it's all. Back then in the '90s and like through the '80s and '90s, everything was like marble, especially reddish marble. You have lots of old homes that are suburbanized that have marble, like really crazy marbleized jacuzzis and stuff. Those are really luxury. Like, I mean, they had lots of those kind of things, and the executive, they're going for the executive look, and then everything went back to the millennial, minimalized look, the white walls and chrome and everything. It's really neat architecture, but well, that was Edmonton, you know. Michael J. Fox is from Edmonton. Lee Gretzky was not from Edmonton, but he lived in Edmonton. Most of the food produced in North America was from Edmonton. From Alberta, because Alberta at the time was like the Zimbabwe of. Zimbabwe used to be like this, like the breadbasket of Africa. It used to be like this really agricultural place, and supplying that in South Africa and other places. Like for example, Thailand is still the main rice producer of the world, and America actually did have a strong agricultural economy going. They still do, but there's still lots of like private farms and stuff. So, and these private farms were very profitable. There's still lots of private farms, but most of them have been amalgamated into the big giant machine, the big giant city slicker machine, the corporations and stuff. So, but back then everyone had this entrepreneurial spirit. So, it was a golden age of Edmonton, a golden age for Alberta. But then the oil pop, mismanagement of funds, hubris. So I'm thinking Tampa Bay will have this hubris too. And like I said, this goes back to Dynasty. So even this game, Utopia had maybe 20,000 players. Lots of back in the day in the '90s, it used to have like 20,000 players, not 200,000, but high in the amount of players back in the. And then slowly tick it off. So now we're down to go to rankings here. I'm here somewhere. See, 2151. So maybe in a few more years, in a few more ages, this will be 2,000 flat. So I think our kingdom. Sadly, our kingdom is one of the. Will be likely one of the last remaining kingdoms, major solid kingdoms of Utopia before this kingdom eventually dies off. There's not enough kingdoms to form an alliance, or unless you're a really, really hardcore player, which is like one of these hardcore players. So we're gonna try and save. We're gonna try and work up to a war. Hopefully we can make it at least into the top 50. At least we're not the worst. We're at least a little bit higher than the average. The average is, the average. See, we're higher than halfway. So we're roughly we're still on the wrong side of the halfway line. Divide this by 2, you 50 players. So, but we're still there. I mean, our province is coalescing, and Lands of Pixie is So I'm gonna try and play this game right. I'm gonna try and play this game with at least 600 capped land. And I'm gonna try and because I'm actually getting good resources here. If I can somehow continue to produce at least get 1,000 runes, and ooh, that's a lot of bushels of land, or bushels of food. Why am my food so high producing? I don't know. Oh, I have 85 of those. That's why. So I used to put 100 there. So now that I'm good, I think this is a good. I could use some more banks though. So maybe 85 is good. And then, of course, homes. I just placed under homes earlier this round. I put it under homes, and then towers, especially towers and guilds. And then because I'm an assassin, because I'm John Wick, assassin, so let's put this here. So like I said, John Wick. Movie. John Wick. So like I said, we need to have some kind of a weird some kind of a weird we should have some kind of a weird a hero who actually gets hurt, gets blammed up. And then those assassins would have really fucked John Wick up, those ones with the knives. Of course, John Wick would have dispatched him in a bloody way, but he would have been more seriously injured or perhaps dead. Because those assassins there, in movies, bad guys are supposed to be incompetent and stupid because the hero's supposed to win. But they should actually have a movie where the hero doesn't win, the hero loses, the bummer ending. We need movies that have bummer endings, that we actually feel bad that this guy didn't make it, and perhaps someone else avenges him. Avenges that guy, or maybe he makes it so close to the end. And all of a sudden gets blamed out, and you're like, no. And then so you guys select the targets. You guys select the targets. I'm the assassin on the. I'm the assassin. The assassin master, spy master. I'm not the spy master. I'm the assassin. That's what I use my spies for, basically, just to fuck shit up and burn shit up and withstand attacks. So hopefully I can withstand an attack. I don't go crazy attacking the dragon because I'm not the dragon slayer. Maybe I could. I'm the FBI. I'm the agent Dale Cooper. So I can look for intelligence intel, and I post the intel site here. And oops. Why would this game provide all sorts of intel? Is this intel even reliable? What is this? Say. Swords of Legend. I'm trying to find this game where there's a witch. Where you play as a vengeful witch who has all these fireball breathing powers. That game looks pretty good. Or maybe I'll get into the Assassin's Creed. That scenario. Latest Assassin's Creed game. Or maybe Jack the Ripper game. There's a game called Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper Syndicate. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. There's just so many games out there. There's games where you can go to hell, Dante's Inferno. So this is a new series, right? Assassin's Creed. Nice major installment. Assassin's Creed. Okay, so the assassins are fighting. So assassins are fighting the High Templars. The Freemasons and stuff. So you're trying to be like this Jacobin revolutionary type who fights for peace and liberty, desire peace through order. So Siths versus Jedi on Earth. Okay. Assassin's Creed Origins. But okay, in the movie, it does have in the movie, John Wick, it does touch into the underworld mythology that is the world of thieves and assassins, rogues and assassins, I guess. Ninjas did exist, yes, they did. As everyone knows, ninjas with magical powers, no. Ninjas as fanatically trained religious nut jobs, just like any other terrorist organization, yes. But ninjas also played an important role in. Originally the ninjas were from the Iga province of Japan. The legends are shrouded, but they probably were a bunch of Chinese monks. Because, interrelationship, it's just one big giant blob of land. There was no maritime police. There was no passports. Well, they were passports back then, I guess. And they were sovereign states back then, yes. But this is one big giant blob of land. People just came and go as they went. Migrated. So the story is that perhaps some monks from China migrated to Japan. That's how the Okinawans were able to learn karate from Japan. Was that they were able to travel through China through trade and just sign up for some kung fu lessons. And China itself has many different martial arts. I lived in the north, so I witnessed some street demonstrations. Street fightings, not fightings, but just regular competition demonstrations. Of this kind of like this wrestling, hard-fisted kind. Hard-fisted, lots of wrestling, lots of Mongolian wrestling kind of. Basically, just hard hitters. It's basically haymakers and stuff. Basically, if you pick a bruiser in the game, and then you have the more fluidic. You have the more fluidic Jet Li style, Jet Li / Darth Maul style, or Kira the ninja chick. This. So you have that too, and then you got the assassins, as it was mentioned in the John Wick movie that back in the golden days of the Islamic Caliphate, Islam Ummah. Many Arab tribes were able to incorporate their different fighting philosophies into style. This is when the it wasn't exactly Islam wasn't exactly an empire, a kingdom per se. It was all these sort of like how Christianity just sent missionaries like Paul and Saul, well Paul and all the others who travel upwards through Syria, through to Rome especially, and throughout the Balkans and Greece and whatnot, Syria, Lebanon, and those etc. places from Jerusalem, the core of the Capernaum, 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 and all those other communities, communities that were associated with John the Baptist. John the Baptist Essenian movement. He was the head leader of that particular movement. The bathing, the ritualistic bathing. The Baha'i faith, for example, was originally founded in Iran. It's Iran, and then he was persecuted because the first Bab, the god of the god of the gate of Allah, Bab Halala, traveled into Palestine, British Palestine, and it was safe there, and into Haifa, for example, and founded his the core of his religion, which was just another messianic sect. For example, the other messianic sects. Islam is a messianic sect, anyways. The claim Prophet Muhammad was the last of the prophets, the 10th prophet. So the Baha'u'llah claimed that he was also a prophet with new revelations and founded his particular religion in Haifa, in Haifa, Israel. And then you have Mount Carmel. They bought this prime. The pilgrims and stuff bought prime land to use as their headquarters on Haifa Mountain, on the commercial side of Haifa Mountain, because that's a holy mountain as well. Just right off with a centric view of Haifa itself. So that's good. And that's how it was with Christianity too. It was just a bunch of pilgrims, supporters, donating money to the preachers, and the preachers buying land to serve as mission headquarters, monasteries, especially throughout the Balkans, throughout the Byzantine Empire, which became pretty much the Slavic world. Russia and those Slavic worlds became a Byzantine Orthodox Catholic versus Roman Catholic, which is the Roman Catholic is the one the Pope, the one that we know of. The Eastern Orthodox is the one that they know it, and there's also the Coptic Church too, the one that another Catholic world is found, Christian world is founded in Cairo, in the Egypt. The Coptic religion, which is based off the teachings of Saint Anthony and all these other Coptic teachings, and a lot of times their texts are being found by archaeologists and incorporated into the giant Christendom literature of Christendom. For example, this became the Nag Hammadi Library, which was destroyed by ISIS, by the way, or much of it was destroyed by ISIS, but not before. It was all digitized, and some texts are still surviving somewhere in the world, some university library or something, which is pretty good. And then you got all these different little sects in America. For example, the Hyperianism under the theologian Morg. His work is on the YouTube. His interpretations on the YouTube. There's also Coptic religions, sects everywhere in any city in America to teach Gnosticism. So that's how it was with Islam. It wasn't just one big giant kingdom. Now it is, because now the Saudi Arabian government is the caretakers of the cities of Mecca and Medina, which was the home world of Islam. Basically, it spread through teachings because Muhammad won some key battles to survive, and it just went from all over there, and then the religion spread, the teaching spread, and then like the societies, the individual kingdoms, just like in Europe, the individual kingdoms founded their own support for Rome, for the Roman Church, and the Roman Church actually had its own government too. The followers bought lands for the bishops, mission homes, and etc. And they all kind of formed a state in Italy, and then which was incorporated into the Kingdom of Italy, and then later the Republic of Italy after World War II. So that's the path. That's the storyline of Christendom and Islam, and all of a sudden you have new religions too. You got Astaru. You've got Thorian Astaru. You got paganism. You got Wiccan. You got Hellenism. You got even in Asia. I mean, 9% of the people believe in some form of. In China, some people believe. Nine people believe in some form of Shinto, Taoism, or Chinese traditionalism. The Heavenly King, the Yellow Kingism, I guess that's what you would call it. A pantheon of Chinese gods. And individual sects and communities would adhere to different patron gods as well, just like in Greek times. For example, I lived in Hong Kong, and because Hong Kong is an oceanic city-state, a semi-autonomous city-state, with a strong, it's a city-state at the mouth waters of the Pearl River Delta, for one thing. So the estuary is just the body of water and the river itself. That little ecozone around the river that goes into, like the delta, for example, Louisiana would be an estuary of the Mississippi River, for example. That sort of thing. The city of Louisiana would be a huge estuary of the Mississippi River, or the Hudson would be New York, that kind of thing. And the Rio Grande would be actually the Rio Grande. The Rio Grande. I don't know. Would be an estuary of Mobile, Alabama. I think. I would assume. I don't know. I'm not from America, so in fact, it's where the water goes out. It's called the Gulf. Another word of saying this is the Gulf or a bay, basically. So we'll come to our 40-minute mark. We're just still waiting for well, I don't think I have time to wait anymore for 20 minutes. It's quite a long time for another shot call MIA. So I'm just going to kind of produce more attacker points here, and like I said, create a wizard/thief state. And then, too bad I cannot cast anything. Maybe I'll pick as fairy next time. Who cast greater undead? Oh, undead. He was able to cast that spell on me. Huh. That's interesting, because I didn't think that undead had a thing for So this is mostly we have a queen, we have a lady, we have I think I'll play as a lady next time. There's two ladies. Everyone plays as the knight. Everyone plays as the male. I'd like to see in the future more even more equality amongst gamers. Young people should just be able to play games regardless of their gender or gender preference gender identity. Not gender preference, gender identity. I'll continue to call myself Twin Peaks because that show is on my mind all the time. You should have games. I want to play a game where you know, you're living in a small town. It's being invaded by, like, say for example, a Silent Hill or a. But it's a game where you can actually. It's an MMORPG where you actually live in that town. You know, a small town in America where you actually have to defend it from evil forces, like evil forces trying to destroy, let's say, the heroes of the Riverdale show, where they stand against the criminal enterprises of the Hiram Lodge, or some other threat to the city. They should actually have a game like that where, you know, where we kind of build a community, and there's some players we don't know who is working against that city, and you have to try and thwart that city in a historical battle. And this is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make a historically accurate, historical kind of a kingdom of Home Sweet Home. And then if we can actually win a few wars, and we can actually, like I said, get to a position. So this game had its dynasty age, had a high dynasty age, and it collapsed, like in the other game, and that's actually lasted like 21 good years. So that's actually pretty good for a game franchise. Kingdom of the Simpsons. Maybe you might even attack outwards. Kingdom of Troggers. This is another timeless. This is another kingdom. I think we came out of Themeless, and then we formed the White Lotus. Yeah, we recognize Kingdom of what we have a random theme. Kingdom of the Drunken Party. Kingdom of Spirit Drinks. Kingdom of Sons of Anarchy. Actually, I actually watch this show. Actually, I could watch this show. Clay Moral. This is one dynasty I actually want to watch. Kingdom of Olympus. So there are. So this is Kingdom. This is Island. We're on Island 6. So, Kingdom of Unnamed Kingdom. We're on Island 1. Island 1 here. Tachiasu! I recognize this, right? Tachiasuju. Senju. Kingdom of 2-7. So let's see how many islands are there. So there are about 10 kingdoms. There are about 10 kingdoms on the island. About 25 players per kingdom. So 25 times 10 is about. On an island, there'll be 10 kingdoms per island, so about 25 times 10 is 250 players. Kingdom of Recruiting Attackers. Kingdom of the War Agreed. Kingdom of the Wood. Kingdom of Orc Melting Parties. Oh. Okay, so I think I'll attack them then. Take some land from these guys. No, they're pretty good. Kingdom of Petropolis. Oil City. Another high-end kingdom. Okay, speaking of kingdom, I'm actually this is the kingdom of. Oh, okay. So they're actually doing worse off than us. But we actually have a full complement of we have 22 provinces though. So I was fired because okay, peed and coffee, business slow. I got naked at work, putting mixtape with my and Happy Meals. Didn't sleep with boss's son. Promised myself. I promoted myself. Okay, I wore my MAGA hat. I scanned my butt cheeks. Before it's Xerox my butt cheeks. Now it's scan my butt cheeks. For non-multiple bishops, got to wear pants on Zoom. Myself in post break. Kingdom of the Rejected Crayon Colors. Dance to your drop. Funeral Black. Outrageous Orange. The True Blood Red. Hey, yeah, I might actually watch True Blood. Actually, it's another. It's like another popular show out there. I watch shows in the evening. I do work during the day. I do my relationships in the day. I do my relationships in the evening. But I have a few good clean hours of binge watching goodness. And especially on the weekend where I can just binge watch whatever the fuck I want to watch. I let the garden grow on its own. Maybe I'll go out to my garden eventually. I have to go read my book. The Girl Who Saved the King of Sweden. It's about a South African girl who kind of. I actually should make a movie about that. The girl. Are they gonna make a movie about this? Oh, right on. See, it's actually a pretty good movie. It's about a girl who survives the slums of Soweto. Southwest townships of South Africa, and she was able to smuggle the MCs that become intertwined with lives, so you can kind of bring down the Swedish monarchy, and she kind of as she's escaping it, she comes into a contact. I guess I haven't read that part yet. So, peace, no war. How many islands are there? King will get a job. Maybe I'll play some Warcraft. Kingdom of Romania. Nice, nice. Where's Michael? Where's Michael the... What? No, Michael the Brave? Oh, I hate Romanian cops. Budapest is Romania capital. No. Hungary is Romania's capital. Budapest is the capital of Hungary. Look into my eyes while I bang. King of the Wishmasters, dystopian, dyslexic defenders. Rats flew on this world born. I might even try to play a Banner Lords, you know. Okay, the Banner Lords Mountain Blade Banner Wars is set in the fall of a kingdom. Fall of a globalized kingdom. It's the fall of a globalized kingdom where they all collapse to different different culturally based kingdoms, and you have to kind of try and either rule, take over the kingdom, take over. You can play the game as a lord or a lady of the realm. You start as a nobody, and then you kind of build up your reputation of becoming one of the great warlords of the island and of the place. And so there are 12 islands so far. That's not too bad. You become a warlord of your particular kingdom, or you can actually fuck all the other kingdoms, take over a crown, like take over a few castles. Kingdom of the Game Administrations. So there are roughly 12 kingdoms, 12 islands. All these are utopians. So let's see about getting our province up and running, and we can actually form a nice dynasty here. If I can somehow get my that one up to some 1500 or 1600, then I'll be very happy. Like I said, I'm not a really totally hot player in this game. I basically am there to draw fire away from people, so that when people hopefully will attack my province with everything they've got, and then they'll leave nothing to defend, nothing to attack another province with, and then I hopefully will be able to survive a war, and hopefully we can win that war. I have enough food. I have enough food in my bunker, or in my castle bunker. My wolf shanzi, my wolf slayer. To stand the huge blows. And all that's left of Hitler's wolf shanzi is a bunch of post-apocalyptic ruins. I am in my little fortress, my mobile fortress there, and I kind of view life as one big giant conflict too. I kind of view it as a conflict against my foes in my life, bosses and the assholes who want to fuck around with me. So, and I got the upper hand now. I'm starting to get the upper hand. I've got relationships. I'm making people happy. I've got enough bottles to feed my friends for special self-care noms later on this month. Bottles of the yin yang. I'm going to go watch some movies this month, this summer too, to continue my bottle collecting ways. I'll continue to fill up the storage bags. Like I said, I'm filming my video collecting, and I also plan to film myself replacing the air vents with filters. Probably the last time before I move away. It'd be a sad, like I said, every dynasty must end. So it'd be a sad thing, I'm not accustomed to change. Change does happen, but I'm not accustomed to it. Everyone says I should get accustomed to it, but I'm autistic. I like doing things. Hopefully I can start a long relationship in this kingdom. And I start a long relationship in this kingdom, and long dynasty. And go from there. I like to repopulate Popper Island, actually. See, Popper Island is in Calgary. Oh wait, Popper Island is also what's this one? 3 mile Pacific P and oh, the island kind of dissolved into goo. Oh, that's no good. I had a restoration of recharged material. Okay. Okay, so continue to rebuild the island. Okay, yeah. Oh! This is the original island, now that we built here. And they're going to turn into a wildlife sanctuary, a small town and stuff. That's good. I'm not that Popper Island. I mean, and like I said, it'll be my kind of gift to the world, my kind of little world I'm building. I'm a world constructor. I mean, I used to be a world destroyer in this game, especially. I got to make myself a new account, but I got to make myself a new email account and make myself a new account where I can be a total dickhead to other players in the Genesis mode. The Genesis mode has even less players than we do in this one. So, like I said, this game's dying. This game's dynasty is long over. So I hope that I can post these, archive them somewhere on the internet, and somehow I'll work archive them. maybe 100 years from now, some youngsters are trying to become nostalgic of the golden era of the digital age. The golden era. Okay, what is the golden era? Because surely our era now, it was built on the predications of other hard work eras of before that were considered young. I guess novelty. I guess when the internet first came out, when Utopia first came out, back in the 90s and stuff, it had a golden age. 20,000 players. This game had lots of players. Lots of players, and then they all take it out to other games on the internet. They all. My uncle still plays Age of M, and I've been playing World of StarCraft for maybe 10 years. StarCraft 2 for many years. Team killing and also team killing on what's it on Left 4 Dead. They're making Left 4 Dead 3 now, so that's good. Like I said, I've been trying to figure out what next to play now. Maybe to really max out this. So we're at 2 minutes. So let's spend the 2 hours. Yeah, let's do the whole hour here. Whole hour spending with you and we're finding a war target soon. We thank you for being patient. Remember, have fun. So we're looking for a war target, and keep my draft that high. Draft that. I don't like putting my wages too high because I don't have the necessary infrastructure. Like I said, I try to keep everything under 600 acres, or maybe 650 at best. 150 acres at best. I got 14 acres coming in, so that should be good enough for now for me to experiment on. Like I said, I've got two. Like mentioned, I have about university, so I can continue to build up my. What am I trying to build up? I have this to build up my universities and libraries. We're at year 3, so looks like I can. Ooh, this looks pretty good though, and we're gonna kind of withstand here. Okay, so let's do our COVID. While we're waiting, let's do our COVID check to see if the world's still intact. Like I said, I go to post here at Reddit. This is not my main account. I'm Blaine from iZombie. From Blaine from iZombie. So I like the Blaine character. My real province is my real account is some other account that's frozen for a moment. So I occasionally use this one and that one. Use this one as my secondary evasion account, and my other account. I can't tell you which one that is. I've been coming here. I've been posting on ever since 2020. I've been posting here. I think they started posting 2020 to post the bad news, and then this kind of carried on to 2021. We don't have insane, like I said, it's the golden era of the apocalypse, right? The golden age where everything's brand new. We're not sure what the fuck's going on, why these clowns are cosplaying in all these weird magical costumes, storming the Washington. We've never seen that in our lives before. Or we've never seen a barrier go up at the White House, or we've never seen for example, we know that there's residential mass graves. Now we're finding it this year, so this is the big thing of the year this year, and also people burning down Catholic churches, Christian churches. So that's another big thing of this year, burning down churches. This is the year of ships going crazy. In this case, Jacob Zuma got arrested in South Africa, causing a riot. Infernal. This has actually caused 94 deaths. Huge. This is from last year too. Like there's all this wildlife coming up, and excessive death by COVID. Mass shootings. I'm posting lots of mass shootings. About mass shootings in the States. So I stopped posting about that. I stopped posting the Wikipedia for that for a while because it just got too tedious, right? So got too redundant. Okay, so we have this much land to explore, or we can send out forces. Let's send out forces. But let us go. Let us keep our lineage for training these people here. Keep on training our troopers and stuff. And we have a surplus, a small reserve army here. So a small army reserve there, and we're not growing our land, so we're gonna grow our wizards instead. And we have 13 land coming in, so we're gonna cap it at that, and we're gonna continue to. We should continue to. Oh. Oh my God. And then maybe draft speed is okay for now. Offensive, like I said, we're not an offensive province. We are that province. And then so we're slowly generating scientists. We're at 4 scientists. So 9, 10, 11, 9 plus 4, 13 scientists. So we're nearing 60,000 defender points. So likely next idiot, next imbecile who decides to attack us will get arrowed to death. Alright, so we'll see you. We did our hour, so we'll see you later. I'll do a shorter video. I try to do an hour video daily, and then I'll do a short video. Okay, and then I'll post these videos and post my war plans.